Hey guys, got a tip for you today. Most of you have probably heard of this stuff, but PLASTI dip. This stuff is awesome. I'm going to show you one of the main uses that I use this stuff for, and explain some of the other uses that you should have a can of this around for. For one, if you have a big plane like the Skyhunter for FPV, this foam isn't really the most grippable surface, so I needed something on there that allowed me to grip it more like a football, because they got these little notches here, and I guess you're supposed to hold 7.5 pounds fully loaded in the air with and launch, but I didn't like that, so I go with the full football grip, and I wanted something to protect the belly. And they do have a belly, it's like a Lexan that you can put on there, but you know, this is lighter than the Lexan, and you can do your designs that you want, and if you don't want it on anymore, peels off. It doesn't damage the foam, it just peels right off like a band-aid. Other uses I use this for is the electrical components. Now in this I use the arc pert. I'm testing that out and see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I'm going to go get RVOSD. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this and see how it turns out. But see how there used to be pins on the top here, because this is a sandwich board, and I guess they can plug into each other. The top board comes off. Well, I got all these pins here, and they're exposed. Well, you know, I don't like exposed connections like that any more than anyone else does. So I took that PLASTI dip, put it on top, and let it cure. Now that's got some protection. I also use it for servo leads, not necessarily servo connections, which you can use, but for like the servo leads that come off the pins. I got a couple, you know, I got 3 of my channels here that are just a single pin, because I just use the signal wire. I don't use the power wire. Put that on there, and they're kind of flimsy. They don't exactly, you know, hold on with all the grip that 3 pins would. So take a little piece of PLASTI dip, or they even got liquid electrical tape, which is, I think, is about the same thing. Never used it, so don't quote me on that. But with this, I don't want any of the connections coming loose, so put a little bit on there. I haven't done on this yet because I'm still getting everything hooked up, wires are on, but I plan on letting it, you know, put on there so they don't back out. Also good for your ferrites. When you put the little ferrite ring on your ESC wire, so you eliminate the RF noise, put that on there, wrap it around 4 or 5 times, and then dip it in the PLASTI dip and let it cure. And you got nice. It's not going to move. It's not going to slide around. It keeps all the wires close to that ferrite. So that's the couple of uses I've used it for. Thing with the canopy here, you got 2 pieces. You got your main one, then you got this one. I haven't cut this out yet because I really haven't planned on where the cameras are going to go. But I also want a design on there, so did that. I think it looks good. You also do your tools. You got tools sitting around. They don't seem like they have a grip. You can do that one. You can use your aluminum tools. This has got the little ridges on there, so this grips pretty good. So if you have some that are smooth, you can dip this in there, let it cure. Now it's got a nice good surface you can grip. Another thing, if you make your own antennas, I didn't make these, so I wish I did, but if you make these, use a little brush it all over the wires, protects the wires, and makes them a little more rigid too. It's great for your antennas. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So that's my tip today. Support AMA, support your local clubs, support your local hobby shops. They'll keep this industry going. So have a good day, good flying, good landings.